Good morning. Today we're going to have a look at frequency histograms and frequency polygons from a distribution table. I just wanted to briefly have a look at a change, you might say, to our OneNote. So what we're going to do, and this is on the classroom as well, on a poster, is I've made a list of all the things we're learning in this topic. All of these learning intentions are displayed here. It is in your OneNote, as you can see across here to the left. On the next tab is a work requirement schedule. So that is everything that we're doing in this topic, or that we will do or have done. So there are the lessons. There are going to be 9 lessons on this one. The dates are going to occur. And these things through here are the things which we do each day. Obviously, I'm going to update that as we go. Okay, let's have a look. So today we're down on frequency distribution tables. So our chunk 1 is going to be on frequency distribution tables, and our chunk 2 is on constructing frequency histograms and polygons. And we'll just go back for a second to our learning intentions. What you can see is, so these learning intentions come from the actual syllabus, come from NESA. Then the first dot point that they have in there was to construct frequency histograms and frequency polygons from a frequency distribution table. So what we've looked at in the first 2 lessons is really revision in order to be able to get us in a position where we can start to have a look at these, you might say, new dot points that are in this particular unit. Okay, where are we? Okay, so to make a frequency distribution table, it tells us a tally is a tool used for counting as results are gathered. Numbers are written as vertical lines, with every 5th number having a cross through a group of lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8. 1, 2, 3 equals 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals 6. Frequency distribution tables show how common a certain value is in a frequency column. A tallying column is often used as data is gathered. So I'm going to make an example of that, but what I am going to do is just pause this video while I draw the table. Okay, so I've just put a table in here. What I've done is I've had a look at the numbers. I've made a mistake and put a 1 there accidentally. Now it's a family, so I guess the minimum number you have in a family is 2. So what I've got is, this is the number of people, and I have looked at the numbers first to see which was the highest number. So the smallest number was a 2, the highest number was an 8, and see the numbers I've stuck in there. Now what we do with a tally is that the idea is that we can actually use it to count as we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tally in and cross off these numbers as I go. So my first number is a 6, I'm crossing it off and putting 1 in, and I'm just going to keep going through and do these as I go. And this is how you use a tally. I often get asked, how do I know what the tally is? Well, you know what the tally is by making it yourself. Now, obviously, again, when we've got them written down, we can go through and count up how many there are and just write that number in. But the idea of a tally is that we might be asking people this survey. We might be doing it in the class. And as I ask each person how many people they've got in their family, I put it on the board so that I don't forget. I do my tally. And then at the end, we can add them up. So it's pretty hard, really, when you've got the numbers written down already, to sort of understand what the tally is really used for, why you need one. Okay, so there's all my tallies. So now with the frequency, I'm just going to write the number down. So I've got it 1, 2, 4, 4, 4, 2, 3. So that is what a frequency distribution table looks like. It's got what we're surveying, number of people in the family. We do a tally as we go when we count, and then we just got the frequency on the right-hand side. And what we might do down the bottom, now this symbol is a Greek sigma, it means a total. We might just add them up. So 3, 7, 11, 15, 17, 20, and just count that we've got them all by counting across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I've got them all. It might even tell me in the question. No, it doesn't. All right. So that is A. Construct the frequency distribution table. How many students have exactly 5 people in their family? So the answer to that is I come across in my 5 column, and the answer is 4. How many students have at least 6 people in their family? So at least, if you remember from our probability, that or more. So we've got 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 3 is 9. That's the answer to that. So that is our theory on the first chunk. Looking at the first chunk of questions, what you have to do is I've grabbed it out of a free fall sheet. That's what we're going to do today. I'll be handing those out. Now what you do is you're just going to do that in here. So you've got all this data here, which you can see. So I'm not going to have to do much scaffolding today. What you're going to do is you're going to find all those numbers and put them in. Now I can see, for the biggest one I can see is a 6. So I'll just start you off. You're going to write down those numbers, and it looks like 6 is the biggest. And then what you do is just go and put them down as you go. You can see they've crossed off the 0. If I cross off the 3, I'm going to put 1 in there. Put all those in and fill in that table. Now it's pretty much the same sort of thing. It has asking for a table title in Exercise 1. So it says ages of students on an excursion. So your title could be age of students. You definitely want that. And you probably want on excursion as well. And so what that will do is that will tell us what it is. And then what you're going to do is, once again, you're looking for your smallest number. The smallest number I can see is 12. And then you're going to go up probably one at a time. Looks like the biggest one I can see is 18. So we'll probably find that fits on there. And we've got an extra one, so maybe there is an 11. So if there's an 11, I would have to go through and rub them all out and start again at 11 and then fill them out again. And you will go through, do your tally first, cross them off, count them up at the end. And then there's some questions down here. So you're after the age that occurred the most. That's going to have the highest frequency. So the biggest number in this frequency column is going to be your age that occurred the most. How many students were older than 14? If you add older than, that should be then 14. So they're older than 14, so 14 is not included. So you're going to add up all of those, and that's going to be your answer for 4. How many teenage students were there? So teenage students is all these guys. You're going to add them all up, put that answer in here. And then what percentage of the students were 16 or older? So you're going to have to count them all up, which will be adding up all these frequency. You'll have a sum in here. And then your percentage is going to be 16 or older. So you're going to add those 3 there and then go whatever that number is. So I'm just going to pretend it's 14. It's not that. I'm going to pretend that when we added it up, it was 50. And then you put it in your calculator, multiply it by 100%. The percent stays there. This is the bit that you will put in your calculator. As I have said, I have not worked out the number, so I'm going to get rid of that so that when you get to it, it's not going to be there and distract you.